currently in Jodhpur at the Ajit Bhavan Palace, and I just thought that this would be a really fun place for me to shoot my first Get Ready With Me, which also happens to be a Q&A. And asking a lot of you what questions you guys have for me and stuff like that, so I thought that I would answer them while we do my Get Ready With Me. First question, ooh, I just spilled makeup everywhere. The first question that I got a couple of times actually from you guys was, what apps do you use for your Instagram stories? So firstly, I'm really happy that you guys like my Instagram stories. I'm so glad to hear that. I put a lot of effort into them. I put as much effort into my Instagram stories as I do into my actual Instagram feed. The apps that I use for my Instagram stories, I use Photoshop. If, like, you know how you see it's like a photo with the pink border and the nice text and stuff, and then I draw on it, I use Photoshop for that. So like a lot of the times I would have created that on my computer on the go. Or if I'm not using Photoshop, I use this app on my phone called Create, which kind of lets you do the same thing. Doesn't give you as much option, but it gives you quite a bit of option. The next question is, what is the biggest difference between style in Mumbai and style in London? And what do you miss most about Mumbai? That's a solid question. So, for those of you who don't know, I grew up in Mumbai, which is otherwise known as Bombay, in India. So that's why I just thought it was so cool to shoot my first Get Ready With Me in India, because that's where I'm from. If you're asking what I'm doing right now, I'm using this red Chanel lipstick as a color corrector for my dark circles. You're about to see how well it works. Okay, so the biggest difference in style, I think that style in Mumbai, I'm gonna call it Bombay because that's what I call it. I think that style in Bombay is just, there's quite a few like different styles I find. There's people who are really, really, really laid back, and then there are people a little bit more formal and put together. Whereas in London, I feel that the style is a bit quirkier and a little bit more adventurous. Not that like there's anything wrong with either style. I grew up in both places. I love both the styles. But I just find that like London is a little bit more edgy and a little bit quirkier, or everyone's really classic and really minimal, whereas in Bombay it's not very minimal, and it's not very quirky. It's like quite put together, a little fancier. It's like cool. And yeah, I'd say that's the biggest difference. What do I miss most about Mumbai? I miss home. Like, I miss my parents obviously and my family, because they're all still there. If any of you are watching this, hi. But I also miss home food so much. This color correction is just about to get crazier, because now I have a green color corrector that I stick all over the places that are too red. I know, this is insane. But a lot of you actually were asking me when I did my post about how to use lipstick in different ways. A lot of you were like, no way, I would never use lipstick as a color corrector. It's too crazy. It's not gonna work. That's why I'm showing this to you, and I'm gonna link to that post below so that you guys can check that out. Okay, next question. This question came in so many times. Oh my god. In advance, I apologize if I don't get to your question. I promise that I will. If not in this video, in a different video. But this one question came in like 100 times, and it was, what is your hair care routine? Okay, so I feel like part of being an Indian girl is taking care of your hair. It's like ingrained into our routines at a very young age. I used to oil my hair all the time. So when I moved to London and I wasn't oiling my hair all the time, I've had a lot of like time to try out different shampoos. I've tried everything from like L'Oreal, which is really good, to herbal essences, to like everything. So I'd say I wash my hair twice a week. I don't wash it more than that because I have really, really thick hair and I don't need to wash my hair that many times. Otherwise it gets too greasy, and like I strip my hair if it's like natural oils and stuff, which is not what I want to do. So I wash my hair twice a week. Currently my favorite shampoo is from a brand called Aesop, which I've linked to below. It's called a calming shampoo. However, there's actually 2 new shampoos and conditioners that are in my covered right now that are totally changing the game. The first one is from a brand called Way, and it's the Clean Shampoo. If you've got really thick hair, I highly recommend it. It makes my hair feel really clean. The second is one that at this point, I don't know when this video goes up if I would have tried it. You can see on my Instagram stories, but the second is from a brand called Function of Beauty. And what I love about this brand is that they actually create shampoo that's completely customized to you. I brush my hair 100 times every day. I know that like a lot of people say that's an old wives' tale, you don't need to do that, but I do that. And I find that it really helps my hair. And I use the Jisoo oil. It's amazing. You only need a couple of drops. I use it only on my ends. And I actually recently tried the Jisoo hair mask, and I use that about once a week, and it makes my hair look super. Like that selfie that I put up last week was with wet hair. So my hair looks insane with that mask. So yeah, I'd say that's my hair care routine. I don't really do much more than that. And by the way, look at that. My dark circles are gone. So yeah. How do you get your hair to become so voluminous? You need to use really good shampoo. Really good shampoo is really important. I've linked to a couple of options for shampoos that actually work on volume. And like I said, Function of Beauty, one of the options for things to work on your hair is volume. In terms of hair care tools, I use the Jose Eber hairbrush that's heated, or take my hair and I twist it up really tight in a bun and stick it like how I have now. If the Jose Eber brush is like maybe a bit too pricey for you, I've also linked to another one that's as good. Like it's actually a travel brush, but I've used it quite a few times when I'm in a rush, and it works as well. So yeah. And if you guys want to know what products I'm putting on my face right now, leave a comment. And maybe my next video will be about that. If you want to get ready and out the door in 10 minutes, what would be your top 5 must-have cosmetic products? Ooh, okay. My Perricone MD No Foundation is one of them. My Guerlain Terracotta Bronzer. I look crazy right now. My Dior Lip Glow. Like I literally cannot function without it. Lipstick. Like I feel like lipstick just changes everything. So I definitely have some sort of lipstick going on. I'd say right now I'm really into NARS, this lip pencil called Isola Bella. I've linked to it below. It's beautiful for like spring and summer. So I would definitely go for that. My Dior Nude Air Luminizer. I mix that in with like my Perricone MD No Foundation and it gives, do you see it? Like I've got a glow going. And that's like a great way to get a glow. Okay, are you a full-time beauty blogger, or do you also have a regular 9-to-5 career job? So it's really funny because a lot of you asked me questions where you guys referred to me as a beauty blogger. I actually always thought of myself as a fashion blogger, but I also do beauty. But yeah, blogger, I'll just go with blogger, fashion and beauty, lifestyle, whatever. This is actually my full-time job. I create content full-time, and I know that a lot of people are like, wow, that's such a glamorous lifestyle, you're so lucky, all this stuff. It's actually really difficult. It takes a lot of time. My job never ends. I'm constantly working. I'm never not working. Job is to make things look as glamorous and amazing as possible, but in reality, like, the job we do is not glamorous. Like, I mean, of course, I'm so thankful. Like, I get to go to amazing events, I get to travel to super cool places, I get to try amazing things and like products and things like that, but there's a lot of hard work that goes into it, and that makes it my full-time job. So I wouldn't even say I have a 9-to-5 job, I have a 24-hour job. What filter do you use for your photos, and how do you edit them? Okay, I use Lightroom to edit my photos. All my photos are actually edited using a filter that I created myself. I am not ready to sell my filter, not yet at least. I don't think it's perfect. It's got a long way to go before it could be perfect. But one day, maybe I will. If you're really like interested in getting a similar look to mine, I would recommend trying to play around on Lightroom. Otherwise, if you go into VSCO and you try any of the M filters, like M5, M6 or something like that, you could get a similar look to mine. How did you start your blog? I started my blog when I was in university. I was looking for like a creative outlet. I felt like I wanted to do fashion, but I was studying business management and marketing. I did my blog for fun. I didn't think it would go anywhere. I actually didn't think that anyone was going to read it. I didn't think this was going to be my job, but here I am, which is crazy. I had a lot of people encouraging me to do it, and I just did it for fun. I didn't even think about it. I just dove straight in, and I'm so glad I did that. That would be my number one advice to anyone else. I just opened up WordPress and started it. How would you describe your personal style and why? Okay, I tend to describe my personal style as laid-back luxury because I feel like I do a really good job of mixing high-end fashion. As you all know, I love Dior. High-end fashion and high street fashion into like really cool and unexpected combinations. And to me, I've described that as laid-back luxury, but I also describe my style as laid-back luxury because I feel like luxury is more than just the label that you're wearing. Luxury is a lot about feeling good in what you're wearing, no matter where it's from. So I could be wearing jeans from Topshop, but if those Topshop jeans fit me like a dream, because Topshop makes amazing jeans for petite girls, like that's a luxury. And that amazing feeling that I get, that feels like luxury to me. And last question, because guys, I thought I could do like my makeup so much faster while I videoed this, but I guess I can't. My last question is, were you scared when you started your blog? Yeah, I think, like I said before, I didn't think about it that much and I just kind of dove straight into it. But yeah, I was petrified when I realized like what I was doing, and I was even more petrified when I realized that I was gonna do this full time. I was really scared, but in a great way. Like, I'm so glad that I did this. And of course I was afraid about like not just what like everyone would think, but like what my friends and family would think. I was really, really afraid of that because blogging is a very new career and can sometimes have a bit of like a stigma attached to it, where people think that like bloggers don't do anything, but we actually work really, really hard. And yeah, I was really scared. Honestly guys, that's all I have time for. I'm like not even halfway done, but I have to be out there really, really soon. So I'm gonna say bye. But if I didn't answer your question, leave a comment below or leave a comment for anything else you'd like to know about, and I will answer it next time.